Hey guys, welcome back to my gratitude series. Today's video is an extension of my last gratitude video where I shared my journey on YouTube and how a YouTube channel is something I'd never thought I'd start. At the end of that video, I asked what's something you've always wanted to do but haven't yet taken the plunge, and a number of responses were related to not having enough time to do whatever it is that you want to do. So today I want to share this episode of a podcast I've been listening to that really gave me some good perspective, and hopefully you guys will find helpful as well. I came across this episode not too long ago, but I've already listened to it 3 times so far. The podcast itself is called Elise Gets Crafty, and the episode that I'm recommending to you today is called On Time. Elise is the woman behind the brand Get to Workbook, and she's a small business owner that creates daily planners and workbooks. This episode that I'm referring to, and I'm gonna read off of her show notes here, it's about how to figure out what you want to do with your time, how to cut out the garbage, how the comparison game is pointless, and the value of getting organized. One thing she shared that really resonated with me is the example she gave about social media and seeing a photo of someone eating an ice cream cone, and that photo being interpreted in 2 ways. This person is eating an ice cream cone and she looks happy, so I should eat an ice cream cone. Or this person is happy, she's eating an ice cream cone. This is so important because way too often social media can make you feel like you're missing out or your life isn't as exciting as someone else's life appears to be. She also talks about a family that she follows on Instagram called the Bucket List Family, and they're a family of 4 that has sold all of their belongings to travel the world. And Elise mentions how after looking at their photos, she's even felt like she should quit her job and just pack up her family and travel the world because the Bucket List Family looks so happy doing so. But then she took a step back and thought, wait, I don't even really like to travel and I don't like not having a routine. And what I love is instead of being swept up by a fantasy, she came to realize truths about herself and not long for something that someone else has that may not be the definition of what happiness is for her. That doesn't make someone else's life any less. It doesn't make her life any less, but it also doesn't make the other person's life more or better than her own life. She also talks about the importance of using your time to do something that really adds value to your life, and it should be something that helps you feel energized afterwards. So if that means watching hours of YouTube and getting inspired, you should do that. If something is taking up your free time and it's draining you, you should cut it out and replace it with something beneficial. But the point is, this has to be intentional. And I emphasize free time because I know there are so many responsibilities in each of our lives, right, that we don't necessarily want to do, whether that's studying or doing chores or going to work. And I understand that's not something you can just cut out. But when you do have your free time, you can definitely be more intentional about how you spend that free time. Elise also mentions how her word for 2016 is enough. And in this quarter of her life, the mantra she goes by is, I have enough time. I love this mantra, and this is something that I have to continually remind myself when I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'd love for you to listen to this episode in full, so I will leave the info in the description box below. If you get around to listening to it and you feel like sharing, I would love to know what's one thing you'd like to eliminate from your life so that you can make room for something more valuable. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope your day and your attitude's filled with gratitude. Bye.